How you doing, everyone? I wanted to do a latest pickup kind of video today. Share with you something that I thought was, quite exciting to me personally, because I have I'm like deep rooted in this whole thing, and I was very invested in this. A while back, there were rumors that Reebok was actually going to be re-retroing some of the like the BBC ice cream footwear, and people were thinking, okay, they're gonna do the board flips, they're gonna do the boutiques. That's gonna be great because those go back to like 04, 05. Some of them are completely unwearable. Finding a box is extremely difficult unless you know where to look. And sure enough, at Complex Con, I believe was the initial release, they started rolling out some of the silhouettes, and this is one of them here. So what we have here is in fact like a Reebok. It's not an Adidas, because Reebok was the original manufacturer for this, but this is the BB4000, which is like a basketball silhouette, old school basketball silhouette. No much more of a basketball shoe than like an Air Force One is, but that's what it is. And they started doing it. I guess they were using, the best way to explain this is the original colorways of like the board flips and the boutiques, and then they were going to like reupholster some of like the classic models. There's some Iversons, there's these guys. They were hit with like mixed reviews because there's like two schools of thought, almost four, depending on how you split it. There's people who are like OG Bape heads and have been with BBC since the early days, season 0. And there's people that are going to be like, this is sacrilegious, this is ridiculous, why would you do this? You're like staining the history of like what these are, like these like grail pieces to some people. And there's like the other school of thought is, wow, like I'm glad this is it's gaining some traction, it's moving in the right direction, because if these flopped, I guess this is subjective, because in some areas they probably didn't do well, in some areas they did better. If these flopped, they probably wouldn't have even gone forward, and as we know right now, they could still be releasing the board flips and the boutiques. The only thing that will kind of push that is a positive voice from the community, and these selling out, because this is like an OG colorway. Sorry about that. This is seen on like the Diamond and Dollar hoodie. This is off of a pair of like the OG boutiques. The coolest part about this, and I say this in all of my videos, is the small details, and it's like the attention to detail and the small things they actually add on. Because I always say that will make or break it. Everything about this, like shoe aside, because great, you got a pair of shoes, that's kind of what you were expecting, is wonderful. It's great. It's sick. Like this guy right here, the hang tag, the Cone Man, great. It says ice cream on the back, and kind of like the new font. We have the lace bag, or lace box, carton, I guess you want to call it. And then it also comes with like the spoon shoehorn. I didn't know it was gonna come with these. I know the boutiques had all this stuff like included, and I think that's great that it actually came with this. Again, shoe aside, these are sick. Hold on to those. Nothing special on the sole. I almost wish they would have done that translucent, spaceman on the bottom. I'm not sure from like a legality standpoint where they stand in terms of like ownership and trademark. Like I'm sure there's a lot of things that are kind of tied up right now, and reasons why they could only do certain things and not. But I mean, like, I'm fairly happy with this. Over the shoe really quickly, the leather seems pretty nice. The the pattern is a little raised. It's not like sublimated. It's definitely like laid on the surface. You can see it has like a texture to itself, so it's definitely like, you can even see how it's cut. this was either meticulously stitched together or it was in fact like probably just stenciled on during production. Because of all the paneling, you can kind of see how it lays out, with the exception here because I guess they have like the stripe as the contrast. The back, we got this guy here, you know, very old school ice cream. The tongue as well, reminiscent of the boutique's ice cream. I almost wish they were numbered so you could have them in there. Reebok. Of course, not a lot of people would attribute Reebok to, you know, BBC or ice cream at the time, but they did in fact manufacture the board flips. You know, around the same time they were manufacturing like the G-Unit sneakers, the G6s. Let's take a look at the box, because I said, you know, you get a pair of shoes, that's excellent, that's what you pay for. The box itself, construction-wise, excellent. This thing is super solid. I was hoping that it wasn't going to come all like wrecked and shipped right now because of what's going on in the world. Like things are just, you know, falling apart. Packages are just getting thrown into the back of cars and stuff like that. Like it's just the small little details on the box itself is what makes it like style facts. Let's zoom in here, try to clear that up for you. Like it tells you pretty much like how to wear it. Denim pants, ice cream, socks, ankle crew, total shirt. Let's see, zoom in right there for you. Only rich leather, ice outsole, and flavorful details. Open it up. I said like this is solid. This is like super cardboard. Like this isn't gonna bend, nothing. Like it's well constructed all the way to the inside. They're not, you know, skipping on detail. Like everything is kind of, you know, exactly where you want it lined up. Of course, this is the other shoe here. Get a little Reebok hang tag on it. Just gives like the warning, you know, colors may run, blah blah blah. Don't do this, do that type idea. I mean, this isn't going to be as like such of like a quote unquote hype drop as some other shoes coming out or have come out in the past recently. This is probably one of the most exciting things that I'm going to pick up in a while, and it's one of these shoes that I wish I have like, you know, 2-3 pairs of, because I fell in love with my like the Reebok workout low Trouble Andrews, like the Gucci Ghost pair. I destroyed my pair, and then they were like $100 on Foot Locker, 100 Canadian, and I can't even like get them anymore. So, or not, at least not for $100. So this is a pair here, retail $150. They'll probably go on sale, you know, for a good amount if there's some sites that still have them. I got them for a good price. It's a pair that like I personally would like, you know, 2-3 of, so I can confidently wear them. I know once they're done, I have another pair waiting to put on. I'd like to, you know, complete the collection at some point. But that's just me. I do appreciate the like the homage that this is paying to the original like BBC crew, the skate team. You know, if you're feeling the same kind of way I am, let me know down below. If you think I'm completely upside down on this and that these are ridiculous and they should have never been made, you know, let's start that dialogue. Let me know down below. Let's have a conversation. Like I say, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I know it's a longer video. I'm sorry about that, but it's I didn't want to rush. I didn't want to rush the video. Like there's a lot of small things to be seen with this shoe, with this box, that if you rush it, there we go, on the bottom still has like the Billionaire Boys Club branding, ice cream, Reebok. That's the original style of sole right there. What does it say? Help keep the 2000s fit too. Box is made of recycled material. So super cool. It's all about the small things that go into the shoe, and there's plenty of them in this. And thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in our next video.